you're playing The Waiting Game. This is the show where we ease the pain of waiting for a big release by distracting the hell out of you with similar stuff. Today we're hitting the high seas.
Oh look everyone, there's a new assassin in town. Maybe he found Connor's missing sense of humour. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is the pirate-tastic new installment in the Ubisoft Super Series, and it's all about those pesky 18th century buccaneers.
So how do you stave off scurvy and, more importantly, boredom while waiting for Edward Kenway to sail into port? Let's find out.
Right, so if you want to do a bit of adventuring on the high seas ahead of time, there's no shortage of ports in which you could choose to drop anchor. From Monkey Island to Donkey Kong Country 2, there are loads of pirate-themed games you could pick up, but if you're looking to match Black Flag's blend of hand-to-hand action and naval warfare, nothing will get you as close as Sid Meier's Pirates. Originally published in 1987, it's since been reworked for just about every platform you'd care to shake a cutlass at. The open world spans a vast swathe of the Caribbean, initially starting you out as a licensed privateer, then giving you the option to turn Kerr whenever you like. Just like in Assassin's Creed, you can attack ships or towns, hunt down targets, and seek buried treasure. It even features some of the real-life pirates you can expect to meet in Black Flag, so it's a good way to get acquainted ahead of time.
Speaking of renowned pirates, if there's one thing Ubisoft has been keen to do with this title, it's show off how much research they've put in. If you fancy doing a bit of that yourself, you could always try A General History of the Robberies and Murders of the Most Notorious Pirates by Captain Charles Johnson. Is a bit of a mouthful though.
Written in the 18th century, it can be a little heavy-going, but this book is a very faithful account of some of the most famous pirates, including your chum-to-be Mr. Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard. Indeed, Captain Johnson did his homework so well, a large number of the accounts follow the pirates all the way from cradle to grave, or, in some cases, noose. If you get through the whole thing, I guarantee you'll be better equipped to appreciate some of the stuff the pirates talk about during the course of the game. A word of warning, however. Obviously, this book having been first published in 1724, it's a little culturally outmoded, so don't expect 21st century levels of political correctness. There be monsters.
Now, when it comes to films about pirates, obviously there's one franchise that looms largest above all the others, and that's Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. But I'm loath to recommend that because A, it's probably already occurred to you, and B, only the first one is actually any good.
Hello, boys and girls.
Shut up, Johnny Depp!
Instead, give Blackbeard terror at sea a whirl. It follows the great bearded man during the height of his reign over the seas, and it's actually a TV movie made for National Geographic.
Who's to say the devil does not exist?
James Purefoy stars as the fuzzy-faced Blackbeard. He played Mark Antony in HBO series Rome and is rather a fine actor. The docudrama follows Blackbeard's exploits aboard his renowned ship the Queen Anne's Revenge, reflecting the very real reign of terror Edward Teach enjoyed over the seas. I mean, sure, Blackbeard is going to teach you a thing or two as Mr. Kenway anyway, but a little more time having spent under the mast couldn't hurt now, could it?
Once you've got your knowledge of Blackbeard down, it would probably do you some good to learn about some actual seafaring.
Master and Commander The Far Side of the World is your best bet there, as it was highly praised for its sailing authenticity. Though granted, it's not actually about pirates. The film sees Captain Jack Aubrey chasing a French ship to the far side of the world, testing his strength and leadership along the way. The film is adapted from a series of books written as the ship's logs, by the way, so if you find Crow's Captain Aubrey enchanting, search for author Patrick O'Brien. Fun fact, back in those days, ropes were wound the opposite way to how they're made now, so the studio spent a small fortune getting 27 miles of custom rigging made for the ships in Master and Commander, just so nobody could go, that's wrong.
Now, our last pick might not be quite so violent as Assassin's Creed Black Flags, given that it's aimed at children and all, but it is still very, very piratey.
I hate pirates!
Hoist the flag!
The Pirates, Band of Misfits, or The Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, depending on where you live, is an Aardman animation. They're the people famous for Wallace and Gromit and being unfalteringly wonderful. The film follows an inexperienced captain and his equally green crew as they try to win fame and fortune on the high seas. Running into Charles Darwin, they soon realise the ship's parrot is in fact the world's last living dodo, and frankly it only gets sillier from there.
This is a film about a pirate sailor.
I thoroughly recommend you watch this film before playing Black Flag so you can learn to take pirates a little less seriously. After all, if Kenway is anything like his miserable grandson Connor, you're gonna need a little help. Right, you should be able to make it to launch day with that little lot, and as ever, if you want to check out any of the recommended items on Amazon, you can just follow the link on screen now. If you have any suggestions of your own, feel free to leave a comment or tweet using the hashtag GSWaitingGame.
Feel free to recommend games we should cover in future episodes as well. What are you looking forward to? Let us know. Bye for now.